So students, garbage in, garbage out. We just read about it as the names is given. Okay, sometimes this thing is linked with your mind also. If you put garbage in it, garbage will be come out. Our mind is also work as a computer. If you think, okay, so put the good things in your mind, and it will becomes eventually out. So it in this chapter it is the something different case. It is about the sanitary things. So we throw out much rubbish or garbage every day from our homes, schools, shops, and offices. Okay, you all understand these things. Okay, whenever you make food or just wipe out your houses and clean your houses, so some dust or some this type of if you say garbage will becomes. Okay, so you will be throw them. So the grains, pulses, biscuits, okay, milk or oil purchased in soaps are packed in plastic bags or tins. Okay, all these wrapped material go out as garbage. Okay, so whenever these plastic bags, if we talk about the plastic bags or tins, these all material or these wrapping material are go out as a garbage. Garbage. Okay, we sometimes buy things that are rarely used and often thrown into the garbage. Okay, you sometimes can give the example, and I think you can't give an example that you can use the garbage. Okay, anyone from you? Of course not. We generate so much garbage in our day to day activities. We often throw groundnut shells on public places. Okay, in buses or trains, after eating the nuts, we throw away the ticket when we get off a bus. A child might go on sharpening pencils just for fun. If we make mistakes or spilling on our notebook, we tear off the seat and throw it away. And we also throw away many domestic wastes such as broken toys, old clothes, shoes, and slippers. I hope you also do these things. If not, it's very good things. Okay, if you do use the dustbin and etc. But sometime, many time you can also imagine that you eat a toffee, okay, and just uh, throw its wrapping material. Okay, this type of activity done by you also. And whenever if some ink are fallen on your book, and you can uh, just tear the page and just throw it like this anywhere. Okay, sometimes you also seen when you sit on a bus or train, people when they get a ticket and just when they reach to their boarding station, they just throw the tickets etc. Okay, so this type of things you also found anyway. So what if the garbage is not removed from our homes and surroundings? Okay, can you tell, or can when Safai Karmacharis takes the garbage from the bins, where does the garbage go and what happens to it? Okay, is it possible for all of this garbage to be changed into something that will not harm us? Can we contribute towards this in any way? We will look for answers to these questions in this chapter. Now you can understand that what you were you will going to discuss or you want to be understand. You have to be understand these things. Okay. So you also want it. One thing is there is given on the book a step towards cleanliness, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. As you understand, the Prime Minister of India launched the Swachh Bharat Mission (SBM). The aim of this mission is to create an open, defecation-free India by 2 October 2019, as this book were written before 2019, I think. Okay, so that's why it is given. So children from Paheli and Bhujo's school did a project called Dealing with Garbage. We will learn about some of the things they learned through this project. Okay, what actually they learned and you also learn from this. First thing is dealing with garbage. As you know that garbage is collected from our houses, okay, or from the outside. So then Safai Karmachari collected the garbage in trucks and take it to a low lying open area called a landfill. Okay, there the part of the garbage that can be reused is separated out from the one that cannot be used as such. Okay, so their partition is there, and sometime when you throw your garbage in any, if you see the government made the some biodegradable and non-biodegradable written on that. Okay, so you just put it everything there. So you have to understand that there are different things. So some biodegradable things can be used, reused. Thus, non-biodegradable. Thus, the garbage has both useful and non-useful components. The non-useful component is separated out. It is then spread over the landfill and then covered with a layer of soil. Once the landfill is completely full, it is usually converted into a park or a playground. For the next 20 years or so, no building is constructed on it. To deal with some of the useful component of the garbage, compost making areas are developed near the landfill. What is compost? Let us learn about it from the following activity. I hope many students understand before it also that actually what is a compost. Paheli did wonder as to what could be useful garbage. Why was it thrown away in the first place? Is there some garbage that is not actually garbage? Okay, so sometimes why we called it, actually its confusion is there why we call it a useful garbage. So if you do this activity you can easily understand that what is the useful garbage. You have to collect the garbage from your house before it is thrown into the dustbin. Okay, first thing, separate it into two things. So they have group first, garbage from the kitchen, okay, like fruit, vegetable peels, eggshells, waste food, tea leaves, include newspapers, dry leaves, and paper bags in this group. Okay, this is the first group. Understand also, okay, students. Next is group second. Piece of cloth, polythene bags, broken glass, aluminum wrappers, nails, old shoes, and broken toys. Now divide the contents of each group into two separate heaps. Okay, two separate heaps. Label them label them as A, B, C, and D. Okay, like this, the students are just dividing. Okay, putting garbage heaps in pits. Like this, you have to do. Put one heap from group one and one heap from group two into two separate plastic bags. Okay, two separate plastic bags. You have to put them. Tie the mouth of these two bags tightly. Okay, you have to tie these mouth of okay mouth of these bags. You have to tie very tightly. Put all the four heaps in separate pits and cover them with soil. Okay, now we have to all heaps in a separate pit. Okay, cover them. You have to cover them. You can also use four pits to bury these garbage heaps. Remove the soil after 4 days and observe the changes in the garbage. A black color and no foul smell indicates that rotting of garbage is complete. Put the heaps again in the pits and cover with the soil. Observe again after every 2 days and note your observation as suggested. Okay, did the garbage, first thing you have to observe, rot completely and not smell, rot only partially, rot almost completely but still smell bad, not change at all. So garbage in which he was seen to rot and which did not. Okay, you have to enter your options first, second, third, or fourth in the columns of table 16.1 based on your observations. Okay, this is easy thing. You can easily do it. If you make any other observations, do not forget to write all these down in your notebook. Do not remove and burn the garbage that did not rot. Okay. If the garbage was found to be rot completely and did not smell, mix it in the soil where you sow your favorite plants. This would provide nutrients to the plants. Now you can understand that what is actually compost. You must have ob- you must have observed from this activity that some things in the garbage rot. They form manure which is used for the plants. The rotting and conversion of same materials into manure is called composting. Now you can understand the rotting and conversion of some materials in manure is called composting. In some cities and towns, okay, municipalities provide separate dustbins for collecting two kinds of garbage. Now the things comes which I want to tell you. Okay, usually one is colored blue and the other green. The blue bin is for materials that can be used again, such as plastics, metals, and glass. Did you notice that these are the materials that do not rot in the garbage heaps? Okay, if you do this activity one, whatever we do, so you can easily understand that, okay, these materials in which we include plastics, materials, and glass, they do not rot at all. The green bins are for collecting kitchens and other plant or animal wastage. Okay, now you may have noticed that this type of wastage rot completely when buried in the soil with no smell in it. Okay, so do what you have to do now. Do you see why it is necessary for us to separate waste into two groups as we did in activity first before we throw it? Okay, now we have to understand the things why we have to do this activity and why it is necessary. First, have you noticed garbage heaps of dried leaves on the roadside? Okay, most of the time these are burnt. If you see in the roadside, okay, many times you have seen in your home outside also. So, farmers too often burn the husk, dried leaves, and part of plants in their fields after harvesting. Okay, your many students related to villages, so you can easily understand if you belong to village. Burning of these products produces smoke and gases that are harmful to our health also. We should try to stop such practices. Okay, these wastes could be converted into useful compost. So we have to stop these things. Now you can also tell to your parents or your elders. Okay, elders, if you see something there, they are just burning. Okay, these things. So you can tell them that we can make a good compost or useful compost from these materials. Okay, this type of burning of leaves produce harmful gases also. So here are some of the observations and thoughts noted by Paheli and Bujo from their project dealing with garbage. Bujo noted in his notebook, do not burn leaves, you will not be able to tolerate the fumes. Okay, this is a great thing is write it. And Paheli made a note in her notebook. Why has the government not made burning of leaves a theft? Okay, so government has to make that this is also a theft. Not theft really. She must have meaning illegal. Okay, it is illegal. Mind that. You have to understand it. She wanted that the government should make a law against the burning of leaves and other plants wastage anywhere in India. Okay, so this is the thing what they learn from. Now we read about the next things vermicomposting. We can be friends of plants by supplying them with compost. Okay, we will also be very good friends to ourselves by making compost because if plants get benefited, we eventually get benefited. Talking of friends, do you know that earthworm are called farmer's friend? Okay, I hope you already knew it. Let us find out how a type of earthworm called redworm is used for composting. Okay, this method of preparing compost with the help of redworms is called vermicomposting. That's why it is because we take the help of a worm, actually earthworm. Okay, so it's called vermicomposting. We can try to make manure by composting, vermicomposting at school also. First we have to do, let us dig a pit about 30 centimeter deep, okay, or keep a wooden box at a place which is neither too hot nor too cold. What about a place which does not get direct sunlight? Let us now make a comfortable home for our red worms in the pit or in the box. Okay, you can make it for in your box also or in your just in the soil also. Spread a net or chicken mesh at the bottom of the pit or the box. You can also spread 1 or 2 centimeter thick layer of sand as an alternative. Okay. Now spread some vegetable wastage including peels of fruits over this layer of sand. One can also use green leaves, pieces of dried stalks of plants, husk or pieces of newspaper or cardboard to spread over the layer of sand. However, shiny or plastic coated paper should not be used for this purpose. Okay, dried animals' dung could also be used as a spread over sand or wire mesh. Sprinkle some water to make this layer wet. First, you have to make this layer wet also. Take care not to use excess of water. Do not press the layer of waste. Keep this layer loose so that it has sufficient air and moisture in it. Okay, so that's why it is called that you have to not uh, make this layer so much wet. Okay, and do not press also. Now your pit is ready to welcome the redworms. Buy some redworms and put them in your pit. Cover them loosely with a gunny bag or an old sheet of cloth or a layer of grass. If you see it like this, okay, structure is given. Your red worms need food. You can give them vegetables and fruit wastage, coffee and tea remains, and weeds from the fields or garden. It may be a good idea to bury this food about 2 to 3 centimeter inside the pit. Do not use wastage that may contain salt, pickles, or vinegars, meat, and milk preparation as food for your red worms. Okay, you have to keep in mind these things. You have to not provide it. Food for red worms is like this. Okay, a figure also given here. This is the worming composting. If you put these things in your this food, disease causing small organisms start growing in pit. Once in a few days, gently mix and above the top layer of your pit. Redworms do not have teeth. They have a structure called gizzard, which helps them in grinding their food. Powder egg cells or she cells could be mixed with the wastage. This would help redworm in grinding their food. A redworm can eat food equal to its own weight in a day. Okay. One more interesting thing here that redworm do not survive in very hot or very cold surroundings. They also need moisture around them. If you take good care of your worms, in a month's time their number will be double. Observe the contents of the pit carefully. Okay. After 3 to 4 weeks, do you now see loose soil-like material in the pit? Your vermicompost is ready now. If you see the figure 16.6, you can easily understand. Put some wastage as food in one corner of the pit. Most of the worms will shift, okay, towards this part of the pit, vacating the other part also. Remove the compost from the vacated part and dry it in the sun of a few hours. Your vermicompost is ready for use. Okay, you can do this type of tree. You can easily understand this is very easy things. The part left in the pit has most of the worms in it. You can use these for preparing most compost or sharing them with another user. Okay, use this excellent vermicompost in your pots, gardens, or fields. Is this not like getting the best out of waste? Those of you who have agriculture fields can try vermicomposting in large pits also. You can save a lot of money that is spent on buying expensive chemical fertilizers and manure from the markets. Okay, so if you belong from village and your parents do farming or anything else, okay, like related to agriculture, like floriculture, etc., so you can use this method, okay, and can save a lot of money. Things and throw, think and throw, we will read in the next week.